this is on. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alrighty. It has been a while since a live stream. Kind of a random one today, but I was just kind of curious about something, and I was like, you know what? Let's see live, because I could do what I've been doing, which is doing a story on Instagram and then being like, hey, look at this kind of cool little thing. But then I was like, well, that doesn't really, it's not live, right? I want to have a live look at it so we can see together live if something makes impact. And anyways, so what I'm doing today is another heat session. These are still wet. Oh, that's gross. Okay, anyways, let me just load this up. Get that on in a second. Yeah, gotta do that same set, but a little bit shorter. Don't want to go crazy today. So let's just go 60. And then we'll go 13. No, 15. Little there. That should be good. Alright, anyway, so as I said, I wanted to have a live look if something I'm interested in makes an actual impact. Because, so, I'm like 3 days away from being done this heat block. And, come on, let's go. Can't get this open. About 3 days away from being done this heat block. If I could get this open before then, that'd be great. There we go. And I've been doing some crazy tests the last few days, where if you haven't been following on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing, honestly. What else you got going on? I post like 75 stories a day, and so I don't know, could watch one or two of them, but watch this trainer lock up. It locks up every time. Watch this. So you gotta start pedaling, right? All's good in the world, and then it locks up. Boom. I don't know why it does that. The Elite Juice, though, I strongly recommend against getting it. It's just like, holy crap, man. I mean, it's good. I shouldn't say that. It's good in some respects, but then in others, it's just so stupid. Like, there you go, and it locks up. Like, so you start pedaling, and then it just, like, it applies the brakes. And then you gotta start it again. Messes up my whole average, and there it locks up again. It does this, like, literally, like, 3 or 4 times every ride. Don't understand. No idea. Sometimes you just gotta, like, get out, like, and then sometimes, if you turn erg off, then it seems to fix it, and then you gotta turn it back on, and then boom, it locks right back up. Turn it off, and it allows me to pedal again. I don't understand, like, how a $1,700 trainer can be so bad. It's mind-blowing. Anyways, like, so finicky. And I've heard this talked about on forums, too. So, where, like, you just start right. It's almost like you gotta start pedaling before the game even launches. And even then, sometimes it still will lock up. It's not like a foolproof method. Anyways, so the point of the story was, see, like, that's not 167 watts. That's not. Like, you're in erg mode right now, and you're at 210. I'm asking for 165, guy. Like, figure it out. So annoying. Anyways, jacks me up before the ride even starts every single time. Now it's okay. See, now we're going. Anyways, so I've been doing some wild stuff on Instagram. Last few days. 3 days ago, I did a heat session outside, wearing a garbage bag, then a couple layers, and then a jacket, winter gloves, the buff that you're seeing right now, then a helmet, winter tights, then bibs over top, etc. And then I did the exact same session inside, including wearing the helmet and the sunglasses, which I found yesterday actually that wearing the sunglasses makes a huge difference in that it makes it so much harder, and therefore I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna just wear them from now on in all my heat sessions. As ridiculous as it is, it seems like it just, I guess it covers up all these pores there. I don't know, and so it really does seem to crank up the effort quite a bit. But anyways, today I did a 100K ride in the morning, where 70 of that was between about 47 and 48 kilometers an hour, doing aero testing, various things. One of the bigger things was testing the Easy Gains system, and I wanted to get some hard data because my aero sensor broke right as I got it, and so I never actually got to test it before June racing, and so that was the big thing I was interested in. Yeah, really cool data. For me at least, the bigger the bottle, the better. I wouldn't go to 2 by a liter. I think it's too heavy. And actually, I did feel that 750s, like, it's a noticeable difference. But it is kind of cool when I took everything off, all of the bottles off. Man, what a difference! Like, the bike was like so twitchy almost. It was kind of weird. Like, it took some getting used to actually. But yeah, the big kind of the highlight number was if you didn't have the Easy Gains mount at 47 kilometers an hour, it was a 10 watt penalty, and at 50 kilometers an hour it was an 11.5 watt penalty. And so huge loss, like, really, seriously. Like, can you imagine, like, just giving yourself 10 extra watts? My god, that's pretty significant. And then the 750s weren't huge, but if you said to someone, like, it was only a 2.1, if I had my data in front of me, 2.1, 2.2 watt savings doing 2 750s instead of 2 500s. If you said to someone though, hey, listen, so you can be 2.2 watts faster, let's say, and instead of being able to carry, 4 liters, you can carry 4.5, whatever. Like, you get an entire extra bottle, essentially, because, like, you're getting an extra 500. So instead of going 2 by 500, you're doing 2 by 750. So it's literally an extra bottle. And so, like, if you said to someone on a flat course, because let's take weight out of the equation, even though I did calibrate every time, so I weighed myself, like, the total system weight, and the bottles were full, so I weighed it every time to get all the numbers perfect. The system weight, like, with the 2 500s, and then the system weight with the 2 750s. But even, like, let's say it was a flat course, if you said to someone, yeah, you can get 2+ watts quicker and carry an extra bottle with you. Like, why not, you know? That's just like, that's an easy, like, give it to me, 100%. Every single time. Never gonna turn that down. So as you can see, we're just ramping up really quickly. Normally by the end of this ramp, I'm pushing on the door of around 170 heart rate. So this is just gonna spike the effort really quick so that we get into zone 3 as quick as we can, and then we just sit there for basically as long as we can, like keeping that power to about 3 watts per kilo, and eventually we'll start reducing. If it's a good day, it takes longer to start reducing to hopefully avoid going into zone 4 of heat stress, but you're just adjusting the power throughout, which I have got better at. I'll say sometimes part of me, the I don't know, the stubborn part of me kind of takes over and it's just like, no, I don't care, I'm not reducing the power. Nope. Don't care that my heart rate's hitting, 175, 180, 182. I'm like, nope, I'm not reducing. And sometimes I still will be like that. It's just kind of my nature a little bit. Unfortunately, it's definitely a weakness. But I have got better in that now I'm kind of like, because I've had ones where I haven't and seen the ramifications, which is being just absolutely wasted after the session or during, where it's just like you got nothing in you, because your core temp's so high, everything's just cranked through the roof and you can't recover, and it's basically game over. Like you have to take everything off, put all the fans on, and it's like, well, there goes the nice session that you were having. Pretty much. I rather stay reasonably hot instead of getting incredibly hot and then having to go to the total opposite. So what I was going to say was, in today's a little bit shorter because did the ride this morning, and what was I going to say? The thing I kind of wanted to see, because I'm being a little kinder to myself on this session than the previous couple days, because I don't want the heat stress to go absolutely berserk. I want to see if having a freezie, a jumbo freezie, at the halfway makes any impact on core temp. And the reason is because after every single one of these, actually during them, like usually with about like 30 minutes to go in them, I am just like dreaming, literally, of a freezie. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait to run upstairs and just grab a freezie and collapse, like it's just like, you start like imagining it and getting in your head and you're literally just seeing a freezie, just, it's right there, come on, it's gonna be so nice. And I want to take that and put it to the halfway point and see if it can have the same impact like I see outside when I have the freezie after. Because boy, it takes core temp, perceived exertion, skin temp, everything. It takes down so nice. And so I gotta just stay quiet for a bit here. This is where it gets crazy. See, because we're getting very close to threshold heart rate. threshold heart rate for me is currently in the 160s, low 160s. It used to be like 175 to 185, but I've kind of seen a steady decrease over the last several years, couple years especially, and I think that's just the volume is so much higher than what it was. But even during races, the peaks are not what the peaks used to be. I'm still able to push really hard, but the heart rate peaks at, well, like basically what my old threshold used to be. Garmin predicts my max is 189. It actually came up with that just last week. That sounds right. I would be like, that would take a really insane effort. But give or take, it's probably around there. Which max used to be well over 200. 207, 208, in that range. Hardest part of the workout's coming, which is the 1 minute after this is usually incredibly painful. Takes a lot not to just stop pedaling. A lot of just like mental strength in about 20 seconds not to just stop for, like, you know, to catch your breath. See, like, every part of you right now just wants to stop pedaling so bad. Especially when everything just cools off like that. It's like natural to be like, oh, we're done, thank God. But the thing is, we're not. We're just getting started. So you gotta keep pedaling here as much as you wanna just give yourself a minute or two to collect your heart off the floor. Yeah. So my question is, that I have to myself, and I think I know the answer, but it'd be nice to see data. You know how in races, they hand out, at some races at least, they hand out ice at the aid stations? Well, including my last race, it was bags of ice, and everybody, including me, takes the ice and puts it down their dry suit. The little bag. I actually already had 2 ice socks down. I grabbed in transition. I had my cooler right by my bike, and I had a bunch of ice in it, and already done up in little nylons. Hence why, if you've seen pictures of me from the race, you see the little tail hanging out from the back of my dry suit. It's because that's a nylon. And so when I was in transition, and I had done that at every race so far, in Milton and in Welland, I had the cooler, and I had 2 big ice socks, and I grabbed one to put down my back. Starts out on your neck and then eventually just goes down to your low back, and then the other one I put in the front. And my question that I had is, so with the ice, we always grab it and we put it down the back. Wouldn't it be better, or would it be, to take that ice, rip the bag open, take a few of the ice cubes out, and chew them? Like literally just chew on the ice cubes if you can avoid choking to death. But just put it in your mouth, put it in your hands, whatever, but chew them for a while. Like, I figure it'd take you a pretty long time. And like, especially if you keep the bag, because you see with like Dan Bigham, for example, he's doing like the slurry along with a lot of guys doing ice slurries. Before, I've done the same with Red Bull. So I freeze Red Bull and make a slushy out of it. If Red Bull's watching, Red Bull is, and I mean this sincerely, it is literally my favorite drink. I just love the taste of it. I'm not just saying that, like, it's not the effect of it. Yeah, the effect's great, but it's just, I find it so refreshing. And just the flavors. I don't even know what flavor it is. It's Red Bull flavor. I don't know. It tastes damn good. Anyways, I've done the same. But what about doing it in the middle of the race? Right? That's my question today. Is, will this have any effect on core temp or even perceived exertion? I anticipate it's going to have an effect on that. But like, how much? And are there any actual measurable things? Do we see the core temp go down? Do we see it stop going up? So right now, core temp is 100.4, skin temp 98.7. The skin temp usually will stay there, if not get a little bit higher. The garbage bag that I have on underneath is kind of a game changer on skin temp. If you're someone who does heat training and you can't get your skin temp past like say 92, 93, 94, in that range, because you're just doing like layers, put a garbage bag on as your first layer, and I guarantee you'll see your skin temp go very high. It just does not allow anything to escape any of the heat. In fact, actually yesterday I had it so tight around one of my arms, I had like just this massive dent in my arm. It's quite painful, but I noticed afterwards I was reaching for something. I was like, oh my god, what the hell's wrong with my arm? It's because my armholes, it's a custom made design, but so sometimes it can't be perfect, when you're making it quick. But Oh, man. Probably gonna stay out of aero today for the most part, as you can see. Just there was a lot of aero this morning with testing. Yeah. Like, I don't anticipate it's going to make so much of a difference that it takes you, you know, from 101.5 down a full degree. But even like half a degree would be huge. Or, as I said, if it can slow the rate that it's going up, that would also be huge. You know, for if it gives you basically a free 15 minutes where it just stays steady. In terms of nutrition on a ride like this, so I got 3 liters with me of fluids. In those 3 liters, I have 7.5 grams of sodium, so that's 3,000 milligrams, and then 1.5 grams of potassium, and then it would be 25 to 75, so 0.75 grams magnesium, and then we have 167 grams of carbs, which I know sounds random. It is. It was supposed to be 150, but it got away from me a little bit as I was pouring into the bottle. So it's 167. And then the freezie is 25 grams and 150 mils is a jumbo. So about 1:1 of milligram sodium to milliliters. And then we'll be averaging hopefully around a liter every 30 minutes. Right now, a little bit behind, just for how much was talking in the early stage. Sometimes I actually find the aero much easier because, on the heat sessions at least, because the drips of sweat drop onto my forearms and it feels really nice. Like, even just for, you know, a split second, I was like, oh, that's nice. Oh, okay, it's crap again. Oh, that's nice. Good. Oh, it's garbage. Just hit 101 Fahrenheit. I think for Celsius, folks, that's 38.3 or 38.4, let's say. Ideally, I'd like to make it till the half and then have the freezy. But it might be a little sooner, as we're already knocking on the door of 5 here in a second. There you go. That's because we are now at 101.2. Skin temp 98.9. So 39.5 Celsius, I believe. And with that, we're now just at threshold heart rate. Just about. At pretty much half the power. at 101.4 and staying at 99 still. One oh 1.5. One 1.6. 101.8. Goal is 4 more minutes until we have that freezy. And we see what happens. Can it help curb the increase? .2 skin temp. I'd say the wax has gone off this chain. Sounds like the sweat's gone onto it. Yep, you can see it's pretty much gone. Holy smokes. Man. Jeez, guy. Ugh. 102 Fahrenheit. .3 skin temp. I'd say it did nothing, obviously, in terms of core temp, but the effort did go down slightly. Only thing was, it was very hard to eat. Just putting the fan on now. Get the out of zone 4 a bit here. Well, I guess it did kill 7 minutes. Did something. But it was not the savior that I hoped it would be. It did taste damn good. Through the brain freeze. That's very quick to eat a jumbo freezy, I tell ya. about 102.5. And that's when the fan goes. I'd say it was so much effort eating it. And so I think if it was in a slurry and I could just kind of down it, then it'd be good. So that's what I'll do next time. But I could just like feel my heart rate increasing just on the fact of, you know, manipulating it and whatnot. Now, I'm supposed to be at 183. This thing has me averaging 186 on this, so like, give me a break, man. I guess the other thing too is, at a certain point, once the core temp gets to a certain level, it ain't coming down no matter what. It's only gonna go one way. That's probably it too. Like right now, with the fans on, core temp ain't moving. Skin temp's gone down half a degree. And that will move, that will fluctuate. But it seems like core temp, in this case, once it got above that 102 mark, it was like, nah, I ain't coming down. Not anymore. You had your chance. Like, why am I 10 watts higher than the thing? Come on. Put me on the power. I'm working way too hard. I think I was eating so fast, I think I took in some of the plastic. That's why I keep spitting something in my mouth. It doesn't feel like a freezie. See, core temp's still going up. 102.6. Skin temp's gone down a full degree. But as I said, I don't think it matters anymore. Only way this thing's gonna go down is if I stop. Actually feel okay. Not bad. Not as bad as the last couple days. At this point. Well, 2.7. Power is not moving, even though I'm turning it down. Yeah, we're still at 185. The power doesn't seem to be moving. It's supposed to be 183, as I said. Almost done all 3 liters in an hour. So we're actually almost matching the sweat rate, almost, because it's going to be above 3 for sure. Like, come on, move the power down. 102.8. Oh. Had a noticeable drop in RPE all of a sudden. Skin temp down to 97.9. So it's gone about a degree and a half down. As I said, the core temp's just sitting there. It ain't moving. Like, it ain't going down at this point. If it hasn't already, it ain't going anymore. But yeah, RPE's dropped quite significantly. Probably down now, say 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Before it was like 8.5. I'd say right before the freezy, maybe, yeah, 8.5 sounds about right actually. I don't think it got to 9 really. I wouldn't say. The other days were. Now we're at 183. There we go. We're at the power we're supposed to be at. It's just it started so high. Yep. Almost done it now. The sunglasses, as I said at the beginning, they actually make a big difference. I feel like maybe I had a lot of heat escaping out of my eyeballs before. We're now at 102.9. Now this thing can't put me on the pouch. Let's go. Oh. We had to put the fans on now. About, I don't know how long ago. Maybe 20 minutes ago. Because that 7.4 number, it's best to keep it under 7. And so it's definitely overheating, is what's happened. Oh. as per usual with these heat sessions, as soon as it's over, stream, I'm gonna end it because I gotta get upstairs and start cooling as quick as I can. So, if anybody's there, thank you for watching. The freezy experiment wasn't a huge success, but I think next time we blend it into a slurry and then we see what happens. And then I think it'll take the effort out of having to have it. And as I said, I think it was so much effort that it just, as soon as I started, I felt like my heart rate was already increasing. Like with the first couple bites already, it was going up. It did feel nice and refreshing, kind of, but it just felt like a lot of work was the main thing. It felt like I was having to work to get it down as quickly. So yeah, we'll head upstairs and then clean the bike. Every day. Take care of your bike, it'll take care of you. That's what I always say. First time the core temp's gone down. 102.8. Huge difference. That's the thing with the garbage bag too. Even if you turn the fans on, it doesn't matter that much. Helps cool your face down for sure, but your body stays hot because it's not getting through the garbage bag. These are heavy-duty garbage bags, man. Imagine, first triathlete ever, sponsored by like Glad. Have a garbage bag sponsor. I think the freezies actually might be 200 mils. Just thinking. I think I said 150 before. I think they're 200. Check after. Alright, calculate sweat rate. Oh, finally out of zone 4. Crazy. Alright, with that, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Catch you next time. Next time I'll talk about what the plans are for the fall. The second half of the season. First half was a success, winning nationals. That was the main goal. And second half, hopefully it'll be even better. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you then.